Something is shifting around you, quietly, deeply, almost in a way you cannot explain. Angels are close to you right now. And they are saying, this is not random. Why is this happening to you? Why have things been so heavy lately? Why do you feel like you are being tested again and again? Angels want you to understand. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Have you noticed these signs? Repeating numbers, sudden thoughts, dreams that feel too real. Moments where you feel, something is watching over me. That is not your imagination. That is angels. Angels are speaking to you in silence. Something big is about to end in your life. A test, a painful cycle, a long waiting period. Angels are saying, the test ends tonight. But listen closely. At 3:33 a.m., something unseen will shift. Why 3:33 a.m.? Why this moment? Angels say this is not just time, it is a divine signal. A moment where heaven touches your life quietly. You may not see it with your eyes, but you will feel it in your soul. Angels are removing what was holding you back, hidden blockages, unseen delays, silent battles you were fighting alone. You thought you were stuck, but angels say you were being shaped. Chosen one, yes, chosen one, this message is for you. You were never forgotten. Even in your lowest nights, angels were there. Even when you cried in silence, angels were listening. Even when you lost hope, angels were building your breakthrough. What are angels trying to tell you? They are saying, your crown is ready. Not everyone receives this timing. Not everyone survives this level of testing. But you did. Angels are now preparing your reward. And it is coming with divine timing, not human timing. At 3:33 a.m., something will end, and something new will begin. A door you never expected will slowly open. A peace you forgot will return. A strength you didn't know you had will rise inside you. But you must not ignore this feeling tonight. If your heart is beating differently right now, that is angels. If you feel emotional for no reason, that is angels. If you feel something is about to happen, that is angels. Type yes if you believe in angels. Not for me, but as a sign that you are receiving this message. Angels are protecting your path right now, even if you cannot see it. Stay calm tonight. Do not fear the silence, because angels are working in it. And as you move closer to 3:33 a.m., remember this. You were chosen not to break, but to rise. Angels are with you, and they are not leaving your side. Sleep with peace in your heart, because something divine is already on its way to you. Something around you is shifting in a way your eyes cannot fully understand, but your soul already feels it. Angels are closer than ever right now, surrounding you in silence, watching every struggle you have been through, every night you stayed awake thinking nothing would ever change, every moment you felt alone even when people were around you. And angels are saying, none of it was wasted. None of it was random. Why did you have to go through so much pain? Why did everything feel delayed for you while others moved ahead? Have you noticed how life kept stopping you at certain points, like an invisible force was testing your patience again and again? Angels want you to hear this clearly. It was not rejection, it was redirection, and the angels were shaping something inside you that no one else could see. Angels are whispering your name right now, not loudly, but deeply, in a way your heart can feel. There are signs you have been ignoring, repeated numbers, sudden chills, dreams that feel like messages, and moments where you felt something was about to happen, but you could not explain it. What are angels trying to tell you through all of this? They are telling you that your waiting period is ending. The long silence is breaking. The heavy cycle you have been stuck in is reaching its final moment. You may not understand it yet, but angels are preparing a shift in your path that will feel sudden, but it was planned long before you even realized. And listen closely now, because this is where the energy changes. Angels are saying the test ends tonight. Everything you survived, everything you endured, everything that tried to break your spirit is reaching its final moment of closure. You thought you were stuck, but angels are revealing the truth. You were being prepared for something you could not carry in your old version. Why is this happening to you right now? Because you are ready, even if you still doubt yourself. Angels do not make mistakes in timing. They never rush, and they never delay without purpose. At 3:33 a.m., something unseen will begin to move. Not in a loud way, not in a way the world will immediately notice, but in a divine way that your soul will recognize instantly. Angels say this time is a signal, a spiritual doorway, a moment where old energy ends and new energy begins. You may feel restless, emotional, or even awake without reason around that time. Do not ignore it. That is not confusion, that is alignment. Angels are removing what blocked you, silently clearing paths you prayed for in tears, even when you thought no one was listening. Chosen one, yes, angels are calling you chosen because you survived what was meant to stop you. You kept going when it made no sense. You kept believing when nothing was changing. And angels saw every second of it. Have you ever felt like giving up but something inside you stopped you? That was angels. Have you ever felt protected even in danger? That was angels too. You were never walking alone, even when it felt like the world turned its back on you. Angels are now saying your crown is not far anymore. It is not something you have to chase endlessly. It is something that comes when the preparation is complete. And your preparation is almost finished. The pain you went through was shaping your strength. The delays were building your patience. The loneliness was building your connection with divine guidance. Everything had meaning, even when it felt meaningless. So tonight, do not fear what you feel. Do not question the silence around you. If your heart feels heavy, that is angels releasing old energy. If your thoughts feel deep, that is angels speaking through your awareness. If you feel something big is coming, you are right. Something is coming, and it is already in motion. Type yes if you believe in angels, not because you are forced, but because your spirit already knows the truth. Angels are holding your path right now, protecting what you cannot see, guiding what you cannot control, and preparing what you cannot imagine yet. And as 3:33 a.m. approaches, remember this deeply. You were not forgotten, you were being prepared. You were not stuck, you were being strengthened. You were not delayed, you were being aligned. Angels are with you, and tonight, they are closer than ever, watching over you with love, protection, and a promise that your waiting is finally turning into your breakthrough. And this message is not ordinary, it is not random, and it is not coming by accident. Angels are surrounding you right now, even as you read this, even if you cannot feel it clearly yet. There is a shift happening in your life that started long before today. But now it is reaching its final stage. Why have things felt so intense lately? Why do you feel like something is ending but nothing has fully begun yet? Why is your heart restless for no clear reason? Angels are saying, because you are standing at a spiritual turning point. And not everyone reaches this moment. Have you noticed the signs? The repeating numbers that keep appearing when you least expect them. The sudden silence in situations where there used to be noise. The people who left your life without explanation. The doors that closed even when you begged them not to. What are angels trying to tell you through all of this? They are telling you, nothing was random. Every delay was protection. Every loss was redirection. Every ending was preparation for something your old life could never hold. Angels are speaking very clearly now, even if the world around you is still confusing. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. And that preparation is almost complete. There is something deep inside you that has been tested again and again. Your patience, your faith, your strength when no one was watching. Angels saw every tear you didn't show. Every night you stayed silent but your heart was screaming. Every time you smiled while breaking inside. Why is this happening to you? Because you are not ordinary in your journey. Angels are calling you chosen. Not because your life is easy, but because your soul refused to give up when everything was pushing you to quit. And now, something is about to change. Listen carefully. The energy around you is no longer the same energy that was holding you back. Angels are saying the test is reaching its final moment. That long cycle of confusion, of waiting, of feeling stuck between, almost there, and, not yet. It is breaking. But you may not see it with your eyes immediately. You will feel it first. You may feel strange emotions coming up, like sadness for no reason, or peace for no reason, or sudden thoughts about your future that feel stronger than usual. That is not your imagination. That is angels. Angels are preparing your path for what comes next. And now comes something very important. Have you ever felt something is about to happen, especially late at night? A strange awareness, a feeling that time is not normal, like something is waiting just beyond your understanding? Angels are saying pay attention to that feeling. Because there is a moment, a spiritual moment, coming at 3:33 a.m. Why 3:33 a.m.? Angels say this is not just a time on a clock. It is a signal. A coded moment of alignment. A point where old energy finishes its cycle and new energy begins to enter your life. At that time, something unseen will shift. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But deeply. You may be asleep, or awake, but your soul will feel it. Angels are saying this is the moment where what has been blocking you starts to lose power. Things you could not explain before, suddenly start making sense in time. Situations that felt stuck, start loosening. Emotional weight you carried for so long, starts to lift slowly. Why? Because angels are working behind the scenes of your life. You thought nothing was happening, but everything was happening in silence. Angels never rush your destiny. They prepare it, and you have been in preparation longer than you realize. There were moments you almost gave up. Moments you questioned everything. Moments you felt like life forgot you. But angels are saying, you were never forgotten. Even in your lowest state, you were being guided. Even in your confusion, you were being protected. Even in your loneliness, you were never alone. Angels were there. Always. Now listen deeply. Something you lost in the past was not a mistake. Something that left your life was not rejection. Something that didn't work out was not failure. Angels are saying, it was removal of what could not go with you into your next level. Because your next level requires a different version of you. Stronger, calmer, more aware, more aligned. And that version is already forming inside you right now. Why do you feel different lately? Why do old things not satisfy you anymore? Why do certain people, habits, or situations feel distant? Angels are saying, your spirit is outgrowing your past. And that can feel uncomfortable before it feels beautiful. But something important is happening tonight. The test you have been going through, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, is reaching its end. Not because life becomes easy overnight, but because you are stepping out of a cycle that kept repeating. Angels are saying, you passed. Even if you don't feel like it yet, you passed. Now your energy is shifting into a new phase. A phase where clarity starts to return. Where opportunities begin to align. Where what was blocked slowly starts opening. But you must stay aware. Because transition moments feel quiet before they feel obvious. Angels are asking you to pay attention to small things. A sudden idea, a random opportunity, a message that arrives unexpectedly, a feeling that tells you, this is important. Do not ignore those moments. That is guidance. Angels do not always shout. They whisper. And only those who are ready can hear it. Now feel this. At 3:33 a.m., when the world is quiet, when distractions are gone, when your mind is still, there is a spiritual opening that touches your path. You may not see angels physically, but you may feel peace, or warmth, or emotional release. Do not fear it. That is alignment. That is correction. That is divine timing activating in your life. Angels are now saying something very personal to you. You are closer than you think, not to struggle, but to breakthrough, not to confusion, but to clarity, not to delay, but to movement. But the last part of the test is always the quietest. So stay steady. Do not fall into fear when things feel silent. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is preparation. And angels are working in that silence right now. If your heart feels heavy reading this, angels are releasing something from your emotional body. If you feel calm, angels are stabilizing your spirit. If you feel emotional, angels are healing something you could not heal alone. Everything you feel right now has meaning. Nothing is random anymore. Type yes if you believe angels guide you, not because someone told you to, but because something inside you already knows. Angels are not asking you to be perfect. They are asking you to trust the process you are in, because what is coming next is not what you expected, it is what you needed. And as this night moves forward, and as 3:33 a.m. approaches, remember this deeply. You were chosen for endurance. You were guided through darkness. You were protected in silence. And now, you are being prepared for light. Angels are with you right now, not watching from far away, but close, closer than you realize, holding your path together even when you feel like it is falling apart. And soon, very soon, you will understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Stay calm. Stay open. Angels are not done with your story. They are just beginning the next chapter with you. Angels have one final thing to tell you tonight. And this is the part you were meant to hear the deepest in your heart. Everything is already in motion. Even if your life still looks the same on the surface, even if nothing around you feels changed yet, angels are saying the change has already started in the unseen world. Why are you still feeling this pressure in your chest? Why do you feel like something important is about to break open? Why is your spirit so sensitive right now? Angels are saying, because you are at the edge of a divine turning point. The old chapter is no longer holding power over you. It is only echoing now, fading slowly, losing its grip. And you may not realize it yet, but something inside you has already shifted. The version of you that used to tolerate pain silently is not the same version anymore. Angels changed that. The version of you that used to feel lost in waiting is now becoming aware of timing. Angels shaped that. The version of you that used to doubt everything is now beginning to feel something stronger than doubt. Angels are building that inside you. And listen closely now. At 3:33 a.m., the energy that has been surrounding your life will complete its shift. Not in a dramatic way the world will notice, but in a spiritual way your soul will remember. You may wake up suddenly. You may feel a deep calm. You may feel emotional release without understanding why. Do not fear it. Angels are not disturbing you. They are freeing you. This is the final stage of the test you were in. And angels are saying clearly, the test is over. Not because life will never challenge you again, but because you are no longer the same person who entered this cycle. You have been changed, strengthened, aligned, protected in ways you could never fully see. And now, something new is being written. A path that was once blocked is slowly opening. A door that felt impossible is quietly unlocking. A situation that felt delayed is beginning to move again. But angels are reminding you, do not rush what is about to come. Because what is coming is sacred in timing. If you force it, you delay it. If you trust it, you receive it fully. Have you ever felt like something better was waiting for you, even when nothing around you made sense? That feeling was not imagination. That was angels planting hope inside you. And now that hope is turning into direction. You are no longer being prepared in pain. You are being prepared in peace. Even if it still feels quiet. Even if nothing looks dramatic yet. Angels are already arranging what you prayed for. And the strange delays you once cried about are becoming the exact reasons your blessing will arrive at the right time. You will understand later why it had to take this long. Why certain things had to end. Why certain people had to leave. Why certain doors refused to open. Angels are saying, it was never delay. It was divine protection from something that was not meant for your destiny. Now breathe deeply for a moment. Because angels want you to feel this truth. You are safe in this transition. You are not being abandoned. You are being upgraded. And upgrades often feel like silence before they feel like miracles. So if tonight feels different, that is because it is. If your thoughts feel deeper, that is because your awareness is expanding. If your heart feels emotional, that is because healing is happening. Angels are working gently now, not loudly. And soon, very soon, you will notice the first signs of change showing up in your reality. Small at first, then undeniable, then life-changing. But tonight, the message is simple. You made it through the test. Even when you thought you wouldn't, even when you wanted to stop, even when nothing made sense, you kept going. And angels saw every second of it. So as this moment closes, angels are wrapping you in something you cannot see but can always feel. Protection. Not temporary, not conditional, but constant. You are being held through this shift. And whatever comes next, you will not face it alone. Because angels are not just watching you anymore, they are walking with you. And as 3:33 a.m. passes, remember this deeply. Nothing is lost. Nothing was wasted. Everything is becoming. And you are becoming ready for what you once prayed for in silence. Angels are with you, now and always.